The most forbidden love affairs of French queens, history's dark secrets. French history is steeped in tales of love, lust, and deception. The world often remembers the kings for their many mistresses, but history is far more intriguing when we turn our gaze toward the queens, women who were bound by duty, yet often drawn into the dangerous world of secret romance. Some found love in the arms of another, some used affairs as tools of political maneuvering, while others became victims of courtly gossip that tarnished their legacies forever. Here are 7 of the most scandalous love affairs involving the queens of France. Stories of forbidden passion, betrayal, political upheaval, and even murder. 1. Isabeau of Bavaria and Louis of Orléans, the queen accused of adultery. Isabeau of Bavaria arrived in France in 1385 as a young, beautiful, and foreign bride to King Charles VI, a match meant to cement political alliances. Yet the fairy tale ended abruptly when Charles fell into madness, suffering from frequent mental breakdowns that left him incapable of ruling. With the king lost in his delusions, Isabeau became one of the most powerful figures at court, making crucial decisions in his stead. But power came at a cost. Rumors soon spread of her alleged affair with Louis, Duke of Orléans, the king's younger brother. Court gossip suggested that their relationship was not only political, but romantic. Some even whispered that Louis fathered some of Isabeau's children, particularly Charles VII. The affair, whether real or not, had deadly consequences. In 1407, Louis was assassinated on the orders of John the Fearless, Duke of Burgundy, who used the rumors as justification for his brutal act. The scandal weakened Isabeau's position, and history would later paint her as an adulterous, power-hungry queen, though many historians argue that she was simply a woman caught in the crossfire of political games. 2. Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII, a love that shook France and England. Though Anne Boleyn is best known as the doomed Queen of England, her story is deeply tied to France. She spent her formative years at the French court, serving Queen Claude and later Marguerite of Navarre, where she was exposed to refined courtly manners, diplomacy, and the art of seduction. Rumors suggest that during her time in France, Anne captured the attention of King Francis I, though he later dismissed her as not one of the most beautiful. He allegedly admired her wit and charm. Whether they had a romantic relationship is unknown, but Anne's exposure to French court intrigues shaped her into the intelligent, ambitious woman who would later steal the heart of Henry VIII. Her refusal to be a mere mistress led to England's break from the Catholic Church, and after years of struggling to produce a male heir, Anne was executed in 1536. Had she remained in France, perhaps she would have escaped her tragic fate. 3. Catherine de Medici and her lovers, the Queen Mother's secret affairs. Catherine de Medici, the powerful and cunning Queen Mother of France, is often remembered as the woman who ruled from behind the throne. She was married to King Henry II, but their marriage was overshadowed by his lifelong devotion to Diane de Poitiers, his much older mistress. Forced into the background, Catherine allegedly found comfort elsewhere. One of the most persistent rumors was her close relationship with Gaspard de Coligny, a leader of the Protestant Huguenots. Some believed their bond was more than political, though this remains debated. Ironically, Catherine would later order Coligny's assassination during the infamous St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. Bartholomew's Day massacre in 1572. Beyond Coligny, there were whispers that Catherine took younger lovers from her court as she aged. Whether this was a smear campaign or truth remains unknown, but the rumors added to her ruthless reputation as a queen who would do anything to maintain power. 4. Marie Antoinette and Count Axel von Fersen, a dangerous love. Marie Antoinette, the doomed Queen of France, has long been the subject of romantic speculation. Though she was married to the awkward and unromantic King Louis XVI, she was closely connected to Count Axel von Fersen, a Swedish nobleman. Their relationship has been debated for centuries. Some claim he was simply a loyal friend, but letters between them, many of which were later censored, suggest a deep emotional bond and possibly a physical one. Fersen was instrumental in organizing the royal family's attempted escape during the French Revolution. But the plan failed, and Marie Antoinette was eventually executed in 1793. Fersen, who never married, was beaten to death by a mob years later, his devotion to the ill-fated queen possibly costing him his life. Fifth, Marguerite de Valois and the handsome Duc de Guise. Queen Margot, known for her intellect, beauty, and fiery spirit, was forced into a political marriage with Henry of Navarre, later Henry IV. The union was loveless and filled with infidelities on both sides. One of her most famous lovers was Henri, Duke of Guise, a charismatic nobleman who was deeply in love with her. Their romance was so scandalous and politically dangerous that her own brothers orchestrated Guise's assassination. Despite her tragic love story, Marguerite continued to take lovers and became one of history's most fascinating royal figures. Her memoirs, filled with intimate details of court life, shocked readers and cemented her place as one of France's most scandalous queens. 6. Mary, Queen of Scots, and the murderous love triangle. Though she was Queen of Scotland, Mary Stuart was also briefly Queen of France through her marriage to Francis II. After his early death, she returned to Scotland, where she became entangled in one of history's deadliest love affairs. Mary fell for James Hepburn, Earl of Bothwell, but their love story was doomed from the start. Bothwell was suspected of murdering Mary's second husband, Lord Darnley, to be with her. Their marriage only sealed her downfall, as Scotland turned against her. She was forced to flee and was eventually executed by Elizabeth I of England. 7. Empress Eugénie and the lonely years of betrayal. As the wife of Napoleon III, Empress Eugénie was seen as the ideal noblewoman, yet her marriage was plagued with Napoleon's infidelities. Though she publicly maintained her dignity, some believe that she sought her own affairs in secret. One rumored lover was Richard Wagner, the famed composer, though no solid evidence supports this. Others suspected Count Axel, an Italian nobleman. While nothing was confirmed, the rumors alone were enough to taint her public image. Conclusion: love, scandal, and power. The love affairs of French queens reveal a world where power, passion, and betrayal were deeply intertwined. Whether these affairs were true or merely rumors, they left an indelible mark on history. Would you have survived the intrigues of the French court? Let us know in the comments.